Coach, it wasn't perfect, but man, it was really good.
Yeah, we played well in all three phases, to be honest with you. I think it's the most complete game we've probably played. I mean, there's been weeks where I felt like we played very well in two of the three that would be. But I felt tonight, for the most part, in all three, we played pretty well. I mean, we forced the ball a couple times, got a couple picks. But other than that, really, it's a pretty clean effort. I tell you where I thought we played extremely well was up front offensively and defensively. I felt like we really took control of the line of scrimmage. That was a big deal against these guys because they've had so much success pounding the football on people, and I felt like we dominated the line of scrimmage.
Coach, I want to jump back to that in a second here, but I mean, you guys were, to me, you were so much better tonight than you were last week against Lucasville Valley. I mean, from the very beginning. Did you see this in practice this week, that these guys were more focused or that they were going to come out and play better tonight?
Well, I think that's a good question, and really, I think there's two things I'd focus on, and I'll just be brutally honest. I won't give you coach speak. One is, we come off a little bit of a hangover last week in terms of the tough loss we had. Right, we had to bounce back. I felt like we were a little inconsistent last week in practice. We didn't have horrible days, but you could tell we were still, that's a big game for us, and we have great senior leaders, but so I feel like that was part of it. And the other thing is, last week the conditions weren't real conducive for what we like to do. I mean, and that's just being honest, right? So we're going to have to win ugly if things are like that, and we know that. So getting on turf, if we get some rain down the road, I think would help, to be honest. But it was so sloppy last week, it really didn't allow us to do what we truly like to do offensively.
Coach, you talked about that play in the trenches, and I want to go to the defensive side of the ball. Max Lawyer is a load. I mean, he's a big dude. In 1,500 yards coming into this one. He had over 200 last week in there, went over Fredericktown, 13 carries tonight, 46 yards, and your defensive line didn't give him any room to get some speed at all tonight.
Yeah, we're continuing to get better up there. I tell you what, I'm very proud of our kids that up front defensively, and the other thing, I feel like our staff does a great job on that side of the ball. They put together great game plans. Our kids play hard. I mean, so we're gonna continue to grow. And I know that sounds a little strange this late in the year, but I do see us getting better each and every week. It doesn't always translate on every snap on a Friday or now a Saturday night, but I can see it on the practice film and the way we go about through practice. So we're continuing to grow. So we're still chasing perfection. That's what we want to try to do.
Coach, you put Tyler in the second half to get those last 9 yards, I believe it was, to get to 10,000 passing yards on his career. You guys shared a brief moment as he came off the field over there. I won't ask you what you said to him unless you want to, but just how much does that mean to you? How special was that moment?
Well, I probably went too far the other way not to be dad during his career, I'll be honest with you. So the staff at halftime, I was lukewarm on what I was going to do, to put him back in or not. They wanted to get it done this game. They talked me into it. A couple of the other seniors heard the coaches talking about it, come up to me and said they wanted to get it out of the way, get it for him as well. I don't believe he knew he was that close. So, I mean, we did have a little bit of a dad-son moment there, talk. I normally don't do that, but, yeah, I mean, he's had a great career. Being the head coach's son at West Jefferson's not easy. And being the quarterback at West Jeff's not easy. And he's done it admirably and done it with class, and he works extremely hard. So, but I tell you what, thing about him, he talks about this all the time. He would give all those individual accolades away for us to win titles and make deep runs and just continuing to have more time with these guys down here. As you can see, they're down here getting their picture now. So, he enjoys those moments a lot more than he does throwing touchdown passes.